Well, welcome back, Rugby Hub viewers. Welcome back, Goran Blevi. We've had a short break, but we are super excited for some international rugby. It's been 2 weeks and it felt like a lifetime.
It is exciting. I don't know. I was bored out of my mind last week. I was really getting into the Six Nations after those first two rounds. It's been relentless. It's been Six Nations at its best. It's been unpredictable as well. So I guess yeah, we can't ask for
No,
anything
it's
more.
it's been quite a start to the Six Nations. Obviously, some new coaching setups, etc. But let's get to this weekend. I mean, we're going to cover obviously our match of the week first, which is actually the last game on Sunday afternoon, and that's going
Mm.
to be France v Scotland
Oh,
in
it's the big one.
Paris. Huge game. I think I've heard on another podcast Jim Hamilton saying it's the biggest game Scotland has ever played. So very, very, very funny to hear
Yeah.
that. But I mean, I do think it's a huge game. Coming into this game, obviously, Scotland's got their tail up. They're playing phenomenal rugby. They found some form. They've beaten England. They've hammered Wales. And
Yeah.
let's not forget the last time they actually played in the Six Nations in France against the French, they beat them as well. So they
Yeah.
will come into this game really, with all the confidence that they deserve to have. And on the other hand, obviously, France not having quite the confidence they would have hoped to have at this
Mm.
stage. But we know, home soil for the French, you can never write them off. If both teams are at their best, I guess, it will definitely be France coming out at top. But right now, unfortunately, France is not at their best. So, Goody, let's dig
Yeah.
into that one. I mean, it's in Paris, Saturday afternoon. So,
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon, pardon
Sunday,
me.
Sunday
Yeah, but
afternoon.
yeah,
Well, Gabs, I mean, you spoke about confidence, and at the peak of the confidence, you have Finn Russell. He's been playing so well in those first two rounds. He's been the general on attack. And I mean, he's going to be very influential this coming weekend. He plays his club rugby in Paris, in France. He knows the weather conditions, he knows the French players that he's going to play against. So he's definitely going to want to be at his best. And Scotland fans would want him to be at his best because then anything is possible. So
definitely 100%. You couldn't have said it any better. I think he's going to have such a big role in that game. It's basically a home soil for him. So, I mean, not the same stadium,
yeah,
but he knows the surroundings, he knows the conditions. Like you said, he
mm.
knows the players. So that's going to be huge. I mean, what is it looking like in the French camp?
Well, that's the other thing. They've also gotten with quite a consistent team selection. We know how deadly they can be with the ball in hand, and actually, they are exceptional kickers as well. I think they kick more than any other team, and they kick well, very
Yeah,
strategically. So Scotland's kicking game will be tested. So it'll be a territorial battle. We've seen that Scots now they went with a 6-2 split, so they're going to try and combat that forward pack of the French for a full 80 minutes. So yeah, man, it is the game of the weekend. It's got me all excited. I'm
yeah,
pretty
it's
sure
it's
that
it's a
the
huge
Scottish
game.
fans,
I mean, I think like Jim said, it's the game of a lifetime. It's the biggest game ever for Scotland. I mean, if they win this one, are they
yeah,
are they on their way to a Grand Slam title? I mean, obviously the only thing in their way then would be Ireland. But if they could beat France in Paris this weekend, then they are well away. So I
then
mean,
anything is
huge,
possible.
yeah,
Yeah,
huge game, and they're playing phenomenal rugby right now.
yeah.
So I'm super excited. Prediction there for you, Goran, on that one.
Oh man, that is just too difficult. I think we should go head to head on this one. So if I go for Scotland, I guess you'll go for the French then.
I mean,
That sounds good.
yeah, no. What are you doing? You going for Scotland? Because I would also like
Um,
to actually back the Scots. I mean, I don't think it's going to be, that any of the two teams is going to win this game by a big margin. I mean, France would
mm,
be looking to bounce back, but Scotland is playing phenomenal. They've done it in the past in Paris.
yeah.
So, I mean, they have all the momentum. I wouldn't be surprised to see them sneak one out. So I'm going to go for
Yeah,
Scotland. I mean, if you want to, you live close to France, you can back the French.
I'll back the French. I'll do it. Fair enough.
Excellent. All right, then, Guri, our next game for the weekend is also a huge game historically. It will be
Mm.
in Wales, Wales versus England, also a massive game.
Yeah, that's a big game. They bring the best out of each other. I mean, and the past results have shown just that. Obviously, there's been some off the field, some turmoil in the Welsh camp. We obviously stand firmly behind the players as well. But yeah, nevertheless, it's quite a distraction, I would imagine. The team selections came out a bit later than usual. I can't imagine that it's easy going through your trainings and stuff with that in the back of your mind.
Do you just want
And a
to quickly
much
mention to our viewers very shortly, like very short, what's happening for the ones that doesn't know?
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't want to go too deep into it, but I mean, I think it's good also that they protest the 60 cap ruling, that they want to bring it down to 30 cap, which is understandable. Players not being paid necessarily on time, or at least. So I mean, it's a problem that I think the Welsh Rugby Union knew about years ago, and maybe just took some duct tape and put it over the wall, the crack in the wall, instead of fixing the problem. So I don't know if this is going
Yeah.
to be a long-term solution. They've came to an agreement now, but yeah, we'll see.
I
But at
mean,
least
let's
the
wish them
game
all
is
the best.
happening this
Yeah. The
weekend.
game is
It's a massive
happening,
game.
most importantly. Yeah.
A
Huge
lot
game.
of lot of money involved in this fixture as well. So Warren Gatland's looking for his first win for the Six Nations. Once again, a much changed side. The first 3 rounds now for the Welsh have seen a lot of players come and go into that starting lineup. Lee Halfpenny is back. You got Lewis Rees-Zammit. I mean, he's a game breaker. Anything can happen when he's on the pitch. So yeah, the Welsh,
Yeah.
they're definitely going to come out firing. Let's just say that
Yeah.
they're not going to stand back and let the English go. So
No, I mean, I'm
what's
sure.
happening in the England camp?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% sure that Wales would come out again hard, like you said, new look team. But yeah, for England, actually, once again, you also see they've decided to stick to Farrell at 10 and a nice ball
Mm.
carrier with
Happy with that decision,
Lawrence,
yeah.
yeah, at 12, and obviously Marcus Smith coming off the bench. But you know, you've got a big player, Tom Curry out, but you've got guys like Courtney Laws coming back as well. So England
Yeah,
has a
yeah,
rather strong team. I think they're also still looking to find, you know, consistency within their squad and strength.
yeah.
Obviously, it's a away game for them. I wouldn't say they're quite at 100% where they want to be. So I think it's also going to be, you know, quite a huge game in the sense that obviously Gatland and his men is really looking for a victory. And we've seen Scotland beat England this year already. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't mean it's not possible for Wales. They can match them
They're
up
playing.
front.
They're playing with
So
the roof open, right? Apparently, Steve Borthwick had the choice, so which is strange. I would think if it's your home sort of ground, you're the one who can choose if the roof should
yeah,
be open or closed. But obviously, if the roof is closed, the crowd noises is intensified. So I understand why Borthwick decided to go with the
very,
open
very,
roof
very
in
smart
Wales.
move. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to, you know, who's going to want it most, I think, in this game. And I mean, I
Mm,
think, you know, Warren Gatland and his men would very much like to get a W under their belt. So with this
yeah,
game, I'm actually going to go with Wales. I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm taking the
yeah.
gamble here and I'm going with Wales. I don't know what you think is going to happen in this one.
Um, I'm gonna give this one to England. See how they do. I really like this look of the way that the team is structured at the moment. They're going back to basics. Set piece is going to be huge. So I'm gonna take this one for England.
Oh, why? All right, all right. Looks like this week is the first time we're not really in agreement, but it's better to mix it up every once in a while as well. Um, I mean, okay, the last game of the
Last
weekend.
game, Gabsy.
Obviously,
Italy.
for us, it's not that Italy should always be the last game. I mean, once Italy and Wales are playing, that will be the match of the week to possibly
Yeah,
prevent a wooden spoon for Italy should Wales not come out on top this weekend.
yeah,
Yeah, obviously, once again, you see a lot of rotation from Ireland, probably testing their World Cup depth. And I mean,
yeah.
yeah, Italy playing very much a similar team. Obviously, they have their number 10 back, so that's a one big
Paolo
change that you see.
Garbisi.
Yeah, Garbisi is back, and
Yeah,
you
and
see
Capuzzo is
Tommaso
making
Allen.
magic happen. Their back
Yeah,
row, Negri. He's doing some great work there in the loose. So no, it's gonna be a belt of a game. Yeah, obviously, like you said, Ireland will be testing their depth. How does their attacking structure work without Sexton? For at the end of when round two, the game that they had against the French, when they brought on their backup fluff. What is his name again?
You're talking
Yeah,
about Ross Byrne.
yes, that's the one.
Yeah. So
He actually played very well, and the
yeah,
structure seemed to flow quite organically with
I
him there
mean,
as well. So
you have
we'll
to think
see.
that, I mean, Sexton is what, 37, 38. If something happens before the World Cup, you need to have something, that's a
Yeah,
backup. And I think that's a good call from them. I mean, they are pretty comfortable at the moment. So it might be a closer game, or it might be a complete walkover. Who knows if they really find their feet? Bundi Aki
yeah,
also slotting in at 12. See
yeah.
James Ryan leading the team. But yeah, I mean, we expect obviously Ireland to take that game, maybe because they're doing a couple of rotation
Mhm.
changes. It might be that we see, a closer game, but I still would go with Ireland to be comfortable winners.
Yeah, yeah. Same for me. Yeah,
But yeah, Goran, on that note, guys, please let us know what you think will happen this weekend. Please give us some feedback on the pod. We really appreciate your support and always
yeah,
coming back. And also check out the Rugby Hub spot on Instagram and let us know what you want to see in weeks to come. Like we always promise, there will be a guest appearance soon. Just check it out. Have a
all
lovely
right,
weekend.
Gabsy.
Enjoy
Take
the
it easy.
rugby.
Enjoy the rugby this weekend,
Yes.
guys.
Thank you for your
And
time, Goran.
we'll tune in next week.
See you soon. Ciao.